to Salesforce Development Lesson 4. Today we're going to be creating custom objects and fields. We're going to be following these steps to develop a Salesforce application. So today's our first day of starting with step 1, which is creating custom objects and fields. The requirements we're going to be following are these airline reservation management software requirements, as you can see here. So the first part of creating the custom field is really creating our data model, right? So so this is what our data model is going to look like, and I'm going to just demo briefly creating some of these, and then off screen I'll create the rest, but I'll just create some of these just to kind of give you an example of what each of these look like. And then this is actually a good one. I have to add this one. And we'll start with each one of these individually. As you can see, I have the name of the object that we're creating, and then the individual fields that need to be created on each of the objects. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Visual Studio Code. And if you look here, I'm going to go ahead and list all the orgs that I have set up. And right now, as you can see by main org, I have this, I created a special scratch org for this YouTube channel. And it's assigned here. So now what I can do is down here, click on the Open Org button down at the bottom. And what this is going to do is going to open the org, log me in and open the org here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and create my airport object. So we're going to go ahead here, click Create Custom Object. I'm going to call this Airport. And when you hit Tab, it automatically take you to the next screen. You notice down at the bottom that it named the API name of the object, kind of the same. And then for the plural label, we're going to put airports. And then a slight description of what we're storing here. Stores the airports. Let's say airport information. Now we'll just leave it at that. The airport name is just going to be a text value. What we're probably going to do, if we go back to our reference here, the airport name is going to be the 3-letter airport code. And then we're going to have the full airport name, and then the city, state, zip, etc. So that's going to be the 3-letter airport code. So if I go back here, that's fine. Let's see, should we keep it airport name? Yeah, we'll leave airport name, that's fine. There's some optional features that we can pick. One thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we can allow that in reporting, so we'll go ahead and check that. And I think that's about it. Oh, one thing you also might want to do is click the Allow Search. What that does is anytime I put in the 3-letter character, it will show up in the search, in the global search. So you want to check this box off anytime you want this object to be searched in the global search. All right, so once we're done with that, we're going to click Save. And then once that saves, it'll take us back to the airport screen. And this is where we're going to go ahead and start adding our fields. So going back here, the airport name is already there. The next thing is the airport full name. That's just going to be a text field. So airport name is there. We'll do new. Let's see, we're going to choose text. Next. And we're going to say airport full name. The length is 255, which is the maximum for a text field. The full name of the airport. The full name of the airport. There we go. Is this required? Yeah, we should probably make that required. Not necessarily unique. It's not an external ID, so we'll leave that alone. It's not a default value, so we're not going to give it a default value because they're going to be unique depending on the airport. So we'll leave that, and then we'll do next. And then for now, we'll keep the defaults. We'll add it to the layout, and we'll go ahead and we'll do a save and new because there's other things that we want to add. And then the last thing we need is the city, the state, and the zip code. So let's go back here. So the city, again, that's going to be text. Next, we'll do city. The length, we'll give it 255. And this is just the airport city. The airport city. All right. Required. I'm not going to make this required. Just leave the defaults there. Click next. And next. And save and new. All right, and then we'll do state. Yep, let's go back here, state. Again, this is going to be text. And then we'll do state. The length. The state really should only be the 2-digit abbreviation or the 2-character abbreviation, but I'm going to make it a little larger. Airport state. Okay. Let's see. Again, not going to make these required. Click next. Next. And we'll go ahead and save and new because I still think we still have the zip code. So we'll go ahead and click next. We'll put zip code. Zip code, I don't think it's more than, I'm going to just say 20 just to be safe. Airport. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy paste that in there. Again, not going to require it. It's unique. Everything's good there. So we'll go ahead and click next. Next. And that's the last one. So should be saved at this point. Okay, so now we have that there. Now, one thing that you have to realize is how are we going to enter this information? Okay, so if we go in here and see if we can see the airport, none of the objects show up in the screen unless you create an object, S-object tabbed for it. So that's going to be our next step here, is we're going to go ahead and type in, we have to go over to the setup, quick find, and then type in tabs. And here where it says custom object tabs, this is where we're going to have to add our airport custom object tab. So let's go ahead and do airport. we're going to give it an airplane. This doesn't really matter, but of course, airplane is kind of like very close to what we're doing. So again, this is going to be airport tab. And we're going to hit next. Yeah, for now we'll turn it on for all profiles. We'll leave that on. Say next. Include tab. Sure. Now we're gonna. Well, let's not include these yet. I don't want to do that yet. So we're gonna hit save. So now that's saving, and then now you can see the airport custom object tab is there. Now if we go click here, view all, there should be an airport tab that appears here. Now here it's not appearing, so my guess is I have to refresh the screen. So now that I refresh the screen, see if airports, yep, airports appear, the plural appears here. So now if I click airports, that takes me to this airports tab. And now what I can do is I can actually enter an airport by clicking new. So now here we have new. We're going to give this an airport name. My local airport is BDL, Bradley. And then it's going to be Bradley International Airport. And then the city, this is in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Let's see, I'm not sure of the zip code, so here we go. Bradley Airport. Let's see, it is, see if there's a website. And that looks like the website. And there's an about here. Contact. Is there a mailing address? You got a mailing address, but they don't have the zip code. Oh, maybe it's down here. Gee, there's nothing here. Bradley Airport zip code. Maybe that'll give a, oh yeah, it's 06096. 06096. So 06096. We'll leave that there. We'll save it. And now we have the airport information all filled in. Now the nice thing about when you create an airport tab, if you click on there, you get these nice lists of all the airports. So you can look at your recently viewed. So if you have a new airport that you just entered, you can look at that, the recently viewed. The nice thing about this is you can, this one you can't control. You can view all here. Then I believe what you could do is you can select the fields to display. So now I could say, hey, I want to display the full name, city, state, and zip code. So if you want to display all of it in here, now you can kind of get a full view. Again, it doesn't let you display more than a certain number of fields, but you can display enough fields that you kind of know what data is in each record, which is kind of a good thing there. Okay, so I think that's good for now for this section. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to fill in create the rest of the objects, and then just kind of go over any special kind of objects that I created in our next episode. All right, in our next lesson. Well, thank you again and again. If you like this video and want to share it with others, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so that others will know about it. Thank you and goodbye.